It's not going.
You forgot to see my foot.
Ladies and gentlemen, that mix-up in our intro brought to you by Comcast Media and Marvin interrupting me. It is Tuesday night. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. It's your best night of the week. You already know it. The Bama Standard is live. Before we roll things out, you know what to do. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. Live chat. Do your thing tonight. If you're watching that replay, I want you to drop down that comment section just below you. Show us some love there. As always, we wouldn't be able to do this without our guys over at Workspace Solutions. If your business needs a digital presence, full-fledged marketing team, copyright, SEO, and a lot more, these are the guys to contact. Now, hit them up right after this show to get your business coached up the way it needs to be. I'm your host, Justin Riley. With me, as always, the backbone, the living legend, the man who made the Bama Standard what it is, and we're so grateful for him. He's the undefeated, undisputed king of comedy, everybody's cousin, and star of the show, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Brown.
Man, you know what? I appreciate those accolades. I thought that you were going to read all of them, but if you hadn't read all of them, you probably take up a lot of time in the show, but I'm glad to be here. Glad to see everybody but Marvin. But we're here. Let's do this. Let's make it happen.
Let's do this. And the man who was interrupting my intro, he's a 1999 All-SEC linebacker. When Ric Flair said to be the man, woo, you got to beat the man. Ladies and gentlemen, he is that man, Marvin Constant.
Now, the reason I was interrupting for the person who just waved their hand at me, because I was going to advocate to say we cannot have another intro without my man, Gerald Smoke Dixon, included in it.
I have
but
talked to her.
He's doing this to me, though, when I'm getting ready to advocate. See how you do me now?
I have talked to our audio-visual team, and they are actually in the process of doing that, Marvin, now that you want to air family business on there.
I know.
Put my man in the intro.
Hey, man, keep the locker room in the locker room, man.
Don't you got community service to be doing or something? Man?
Oh. And the next episode of Basketball Wives, never mind. And the man who is patiently waiting to be introed, we have one of the baddest dudes to ever play defensive back. He's all SEC. He is a man who's coached folks. He's evaluated folks. And now he's on 247 telling you the way you need to be thinking when it comes to all these recruits, all these players and everything. And if that's not enough, he's changing carburetors in between segments. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Gerald Smoke Dixon.
What up? What up?
Yo, at it again. At it again.
Hey, Smoke.
I appreciate you.
Hey, Smoke.
I got your back, baby.
I was just down in T-Town looking for you.
No, I'm in Atlanta, man.
I know. You know, my homeboy Mooney passed. So
yeah. That was a sad situation, man. Yeah. But you know, he was giving you all those accolades, man. Justin, make sure you put in your notation when you're giving him his accolades that he also puts it with Marvin Constant weekly like we do. Make sure you put that in there.
He does. Actually, he is receiving a crazy check, and yours is on the way for dealing with Marvin.
Yeah, thank you.
Extra tax write-off for bringing the Make-A-Wish kid on.
Y'all running out. I'm telling you, it's about over. I'm trying to stall y'all out. It's about over. All right.
All right. So who's gonna have the honor of introducing our distinguished guest who is putting up with all this this dysfunction?
Well, you know what? It's a good thing you mentioned that because Stephen and Smith is going to be running late, folks. He's actually been detained in the airport. He's headed to SEC Media Day. Homeland Security thought he looked suspicious with those glasses, so he is being questioned right now. But he'll be on a little bit later. Since our esteemed co-host Smoke is responsible for bringing this gentleman on, I'll give him the pleasure of introducing our guest, and he's a good one, folks.
Well, listen, it's real easy. One of the coldest DBs to come out of Alabama. Not only did he pick it off, he also ran it back. Showstopper, Deuce himself, Simeon Castille, third member of the Castille crew.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you guys.
And the honorary one, Jeremiah. Welcome to the show, Simeon Castille.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, fellas. I appreciate it, man. It's been a long time coming, but I'm glad to be here, fellas. I'm glad to be here, and man, it's an honor. It really is. I appreciate it, Smoke.
Hey,
we happy to have you, and I know you probably happy you don't have Tim Knees either, huh?
Hey, boy, that's a fact.
Or
Hey, I'm gonna just let you know right now, but hey, yeah, bro, I'm good.
Hey, every time me and Tim see each other, that's the main conversation. Who needs the worst?
hey, but you know something, man? I noticed something, man. We got a panel of all Alabama defensive players, and both of them better than Marvin. I'm liking this.
And the equipment manager used to sniff jock straps. Steve Brown.
It's funny. There's a little hint of jealousy I hear in Marvin's voice, Steve,
Yeah, he's
because
jealous.
he was a one-time SEC player, but Simeon's a two-time All-SEC player.
Ooh.
Not only that,
Hey,
not only that,
you know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
that's what we do here.
Marvin gonna cry in the car.
That boy made the all backup team.
He has Adele on repeat.
That is. Let's
Smoke,
get it.
you left up one accolade, though. Simeon is actually a movie star.
Ooh,
He was an American underdog.
I mean,
He played Isaac
This
Bruce,
is-
one of the baddest wide receivers to ever play the game.
That's what's up.
My bad, Hollywood. My bad,
Hey.
Hollywood.
That ain't me, bro. That's my younger brother. So, but no, I did have a chance to play in the movie, and it was a great experience. But I'm far from a Hollywood actor. No, I'm gonna stay in my lane.
You did a great job, though. We enjoyed the movie. What kind of brought that about? I mean, was acting even on the radar? I know, like you said, Caleb does his thing, and he's one of the best on TV, and pretty much anything he does, we saw him. And Woodlawn, fantastic job. But yeah, how did it come about for you? Was that something that was on your radar?
Well, absolutely not. No, but it is kind of a God story and how he put it all together. So the Irwin brothers, who produced the movie, and they produced Woodlawn, right? So when they were actually first about to shoot the Woodlawn movie, they contacted me first to play Tony Nathan. So I actually, a lot of people, obviously they don't know that, but so I was living in Florida at the time. They contacted me, was like, hey man, we used to work for ESPN when you played at Bama. And, you know, we just thought that you had charisma and were good in front of the camera. Have you ever acted? I was like, nah, but I mean, I'm interested. So make a long story short, I played Tony Nathan. And I played him when we were shooting the movie or shooting the trailer to put out to raise money for the actual movie. So I actually played Tony Nathan. So fast forward about a year and a half, they raised the money for the movie. I'm playing arena football in San Jose, and I blow my knee out. I had ACL surgery. They called me like 2 weeks after I had my surgery. And they're like, hey man, you know, we just raised enough money to actually shoot the real movie. We want to give you the chance to play Tony Nathan. And I'm like, man, I can't play nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just blew my knee out. I just had surgery, ACL surgery. But obviously Caleb ended up getting the role. So fast forward, I don't even know how many years it was, but they contacted me and were like, hey man, you know, we appreciate what you did in helping us with Woodlawn. And obviously, you know, you weren't able to be in that movie, but we're doing this American Underdog movie, and we want to give you the chance to play Isaac Bruce. And so that's how it came about.
You know, I'm gonna call Caleb and tell him you lying on him. So you know,
dog, come on. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. He'll be the first one to tell you, bro. Like even how he ended up playing the role of Tony Nathan was crazy. Because he wasn't even originally cast to play Tony. It was some English dude, some British guy.
Idris Elba.
It wasn't the guy from All American.
I'd have got a roll of duct tape and I'd have wrapped that thing up and went out there and figured it out, baby.
Damn.
But yeah, man. So that's kind of how it came about. It came full circle. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, before we jump into it, Caleb, I'm gonna give you the platform to promote your business, and we'll do it again towards the end of the show. But tell folks what you got going, how they can be a part of it, just all the good stuff that you have going on right now.
Oh man, I'm so on my shirt you can see Castille Academy. This is my facility that I do athletic training out of. We do general fitness training as well, so it's not just for athletes, but we get a ton of athletes. And man, we start them as young as our rookie developmental program starts them at 9 years old to 12 years old. And then we have what we call our all pro program from 13 to 18. Yeah, man. And we get busy in here. We do, speed and agility and athletic strength training. And I really just love this aspect of helping athletes reach their full potential. I kind of dabbled in coaching a little bit. It just wasn't for me, man, but I really do like this aspect of kind of being behind the scenes, working with kids during the off season, helping them set goals for the season, and then kind of keeping up with them as they accomplish those goals. So,
can you help Steve Brown with his vertical?
No, I have a question. So do you guys also train older men? Because I'll be 57 this month, July 27th.
Absolutely.
And because Marvin's book ain't helping me. Thanks to him, I got love handles and some titties. And I was just wondering, and for some reason, I'm getting a fat ass. I don't know what it's about.
Look, I think one thing that'll help us, we pray before every session. So I definitely think, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be able to help you get right.
Okay, I got you. Look, if you're not in shape, but get right with God, one or the other.
Hey, both. We're gonna help you with both.
Okay. Marvin book ain't, help
Oh my goodness.
Simeon, where's your facility located? Where you doing your business at?
It's actually in Pelham, so it's right outside of Birmingham. But it sits right off of Highway 65. It's pretty easy to get to. But we pull, man. I got kids that come from everywhere. Montgomery, Tuscaloosa, Auburn.
What's up? Whoa! Why you letting kids from Auburn come?
I charge them double. What you talking about?
Oh, okay. All right.
One question though.
All right.
Is that near Briarwood Christian?
It is. That's where I went to high school.
Okay, I got somebody I might need to send to you.
Oh, here we go.
All right, folks. It looks like Stephen Smith has escaped Homeland Security because he has jumped in with us. Stephen M. Smith, the senior analyst of Touchdown Alabama Magazine, and the man who gives Paul Feinbaum a paycheck by appearing on his live shows. Welcome back to this esteemed show of ours, sir. Glad to have you here.
Man, this is crazy. I had to escape the whole TSA.
Probably because of that hat you got on. I had to be him so long on that thing. Like you got
Marvin, chill out, man. Chill out.
So how'd it go, man? How'd it go?
Man, we got here. I'm just now waiting on the Uber now.
Looking at them glasses, they know you ain't no sniper. They knew that much. You all right.
Two, Marvin. You get two now.
Okay. Well, Stephen, look at God. You got here right in time because we got to get the depth chart started out. We got some big things happening. Y'all, I don't know if you were doing anything this past weekend, but Alabama just secured not one, but 2 5-stars. 5-star wide receiver Caleb Cunningham, and then 5-star offensive lineman Ty Haywood. Whoa. We need to talk about it because that propelled us to the #1 spot right now in the 2025 recruiting class in terms of rankings, edging out Ohio State. Just another situation where we're better than the Buckeyes. But I'm going to let smoke. I'm going to let Stephen and Smith do their thing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the depth chart.
Steve, man, I'm glad you escaped security, brother. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about Ty Haywood, offensive lineman. What you got on?
Man, this dude right here, just a physical offensive tackle. Very physical offensive tackle, 6'5", 285. Probably the best or one of the best offensive tackles in this class. Another guy with really good feet. You got to give Coach Chris Kaplovich a ton of credit. He has done an incredible job with this class. You got Waldrop in this class. You got Carroll in this class. You got DeBoer in this class. You got Lloyd Jackson in this class. Now you add a Ty Haywood who is strong, who is powerful, who is athletic, who can move, who's got footwork, who can do it all. The guy can literally do it all as a 5-star, and as a big-time 5-star all across the board. So Chris Kaplovich, he said day one, we're building this team from the inside out. It starts with the offensive and defensive line, and he has done his job on his coaching staff building this from the inside out.
Well, I know coaches get a lot of credit, but I'm going to give a ton of credit to Courtney Morgan. Courtney Morgan, general manager at the University of Alabama. When he first got there, he made it known, we are going to fix the guys up front, because if you're going to win major college football games, it starts from up front. You saw it at Washington, you saw it at Michigan. Now you're seeing it at our alma mater, Alabama. They are starting at front line. It's been a cold summer, but it's going to be hot when they start busting people in the face running that ball downhill. Now, let's go back to the other side. Let's stay on that side of the ball. And we got another big-time receiver. And we said it from the beginning. We're not going to say we told you so, but it's understood that we know what's going to happen when Bama starts rolling again. Cunningham saying yes. In June, we got to make sure that he stays all the way till December. But what's your take on Caleb Cunningham, dynamic receiver?
I'll say this. This dude from Mississippi, he's got A.J. Brown potential. He's got A.J. Brown potential. Big, very athletic, can take a hitch, can take a screen pass and go with it. He's got deceptive speed. You don't think he's really that fast at 6'1", 190, but he will take off on you quickly. Big body, can go up there, high point the ball. Him and Ryan Williams together will be scary for a long time. Him and Ryan together. And goes back to Jamarcus Shepard. Jamarcus Shepard wants Alabama back to having them ride-outs with Judy, Ruggs, Smith, Waddle. He wants to get Alabama back to having those guys. So this is huge here for him in getting a Caleb Cunningham to put with the Ryan Williams, to put with an Amari Jefferson for the future, to put with a Rico Scott, to put with a Bubba Hampton. That's big.
Well, we also understand now, when you get the quarterback, the recruiting class falls all together. Shout out to them for getting that young man to flip from SMU to come on over to Bama. He's now going from a 4-star to a 5-star. And like we said from the beginning, recruiting 101. In order for you to secure a class and make sure that your class finishes in the top 5, you have to have a top 5 quarterback.
And we got it.
Got it, right?
And you got it with Keelan Russell. I mean, you got it.
Hey, Stephen, if you can you please move out of the game room in the airport? Because we can hear everything. We even heard a lady say, "How much, baby?"
Wow.
Yeah, we need to get out of there.
Okay.
So just to finish up the depth chart. Now we know that we're in July. A lot's not going to happen in July because June already happened in terms of commitment. Once they get back on campus, they're going to have their cold summer junior day. But what we have to do now at Bama is we got to lock these guys in. We got one more that we got to get to really secure this class. We got to get that young fella that committed to the Buckeyes, that's from the home state, to come on with Flip. Once you get that Flip and that cornerback, I think we'll secure that class totally and run away with it.
This class,
you got to at least flip one from Ohio State. Now, if you can flip two, if you can get two, that's big. But if you can at least flip one from Ohio State, that does secure the number one class, because the numbers, as far as how they crunch them up, I mean, the numbers are the numbers. All you have to do is get that one final flip, and then it comes down to now DeBoer develop these guys, to which we know we saw Kalen DeBoer develop 2 and 3 stars in Washington into being first-round draft picks. So once you get this final flip from Ohio State, now it's about, okay, develop these guys now, put them on the field now.
And he's in state. That corner's in state. We gotta go get him.
He's an in-state, big in-state kid. Big in-state kid.
Where's he from?
We're talking about Alford. Naeem.
Where's he from? In Alabama. He's from Alabama? Is he from Alabama?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What high school? What part of Alabama? Y'all know? Anybody?
Parker?
Yeah. Just out of Birmingham.
Parker High School.
Parker.
Yeah,
Oh,
Parker.
wow.
Yeah, Parker.
Oh, wow.
Parker.
Oh,
Just
Thunder and Herd. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to go holler at him.
You got to do what you got to do.
He go play in that cold. He gonna want to come back on real quick.
I'm glad Simeon said something. This is great, fantastic. We got the number one recruiting class, but as we already said, it's a long time between now and signing day. So we got them on board initially. What's the secret to retain them from now all the way to December? Simeon, you're around these guys. You know the way the modern athlete is thinking. They're motivated by different things than what you, Marvin, and Smoke were when y'all were coming through. How does this staff, as great as a job they're doing, keep these kids locked into Bama from now to December?
Honestly, I think one of the things is just the communication. Being in constant communication with these guys plays a huge role in them understanding and knowing, like, hey, you know, they really care about me. They're really interested in me. And so I think the communication aspect is huge. And then, I mean, unfortunately, one of the things that I feel like has kind of hurt recruiting from a traditional standpoint is, man, just the loyalty piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just one of the things, like, I mean, I'm interested to hear y'all's take on it, because I haven't really found a way around it. You know what I'm saying? Because
you said the loyalty?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
The NIL, all that stuff.
It's just, man, it really has hurt guys have been loyal to schools, because I just know, man, I mean, it really meant something to me, you know what I'm saying, to go to Alabama, to, you know what I'm saying? And so that, to me, I haven't found out how to circumvent that, or how to really talk to guys about just the tradition, the history, and what it really means to, you know, wearing the crimson and white. But I would think, just to answer your question, just the communication, I feel like, is a huge part of, you know, keeping the guys that we got, and then trying to flip some guys.
Well, just from my experience of coaching, recruiting, being also the general manager at the University of Maryland, I know that we'll say loyalty is something that's lost, not just with this generation, just with overall people in general.
Right.
People are loyal, and it's becoming, like Marvin is showing, it's a financial based relationship for the most part. But there's still a piece of recruiting and having that relationship and building that common bond of, like you said, Simeon, being a good person and being an honest person, being straightforward with these young people. They still want to hear the truth. It's just now, how are we going to convey that truth? And in the business aspect of it, you can't not understand that's a part of what's going on right now with our modern athletes. So they got to get paid. But it's not only they're not just there to get paid and want the money. They also want to be coached, they want to be loved, and they want to be understood.
Right.
And a lot of coaches and the people that's recruiting are they're not even paying attention to the prospects.
They're just giving the money.
They're just giving them money and hoping that the money is going to retain them.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that money is probably the worst thing that you can just offer someone without an understanding of what it's going to take to keep this relationship going.
That's why I said the communication piece was important, but so that guys actually know that you care about them outside of, we care about you as a young man. You know what I'm saying? Even more so than you being a football player. So I think that communication piece is obviously a huge part.
Relationships.
I think that, just watching you guys come up, what kept y'all at Bama was loyalty and Dreamland Barbecue. Let's keep it 100.
Big Daddy.
But now, the new athletes, they're pretty much clicked off now. So I think it's going to get back down to the initial thing. I think winning and the coaches showing the kids that they care about them more than just the money. That's what I think, because it's like, to me, when the quarterback came, everybody started coming. And it's like everybody's like clicked off now. So if you take care of that group, everybody will be fine. But the main thing is winning. When they see how successful the program is, and they're seeing it like right there in front of them, they're going to be bought in because everybody wants to win. So,
and Simeon, like you were saying, alluding to, for the most part, long as you're taken care of financially, you're fine. You just don't want to be without. You want to be taken care of financially, and then everything else will take care of each other, because NIL is not going to give you generational wealth. It's just going to put you in a solid situation. You're still going to have to go get that real money at the next level, or go work once you finish up playing college ball.
Or it's going to put you in debt if you don't take care of the money. And then don't forget, I don't know if these programs are teaching these kids about financial wealth, because when they get this NIL money, ain't nobody mentioning taxes.
I think, guys, the biggest thing, it goes back to what Smoke was saying. You still got to give these kids the truth also. You got to give them the truth. And like Simeon was talking about, you got to give them the piece of, yes, we know you're an athlete. You're coming here to play ball. Yes, we know NIL plays a role. But as a coach, you got to care about the full total package guy. You got to care about the full total package guy. And I think as these kids see that, they fall more in love with, this coach is not in it for just me, the athlete. He's in it for me, the entire person.
Let me ask a question. I'm sorry. And I want to ask everybody, especially the Smoke and Castille and Mark, do y'all think that NIL has also made recruiting lazy? Now, instead of you doing the job and going out and getting the quality players, you can just say, I like him, let me offer him money, and then see what we get, and and see if this guy pans out.
You look at Oregon has opened the bank, baby. Prime example.
So I mean, is that a fair question though? Do y'all think
it's a fair one? Simeon, you can touch on it first if you want to, and I'll clean it up for you.
I think absolutely, bro, because you are going to be able to take shortcuts, and again, it takes some of the you and your personality and really working to build a relationship with the kid. Is you can try to circumvent that, and again, just throw money at a kid, and bro, human nature has the tendency to take the easy route. So, it's like, dog, yeah, of course, you're going to have some guys, some coaches that are going to be like, well, I'm not going to have to work as hard. I'm not going to have to call as much. I'm not going to have to really put in the time and energy and effort into this kid like I would have had to do, a couple of years ago. So my answer is absolutely yes. God, people are always looking for a shortcut.
Well, my answer is a little bit more complex and got a little bit more layer to it, just because I've been on the inside and looking out.
Yeah.
Steve, I would say this. A good percentage of most coaches are terrible recruiters.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's why you see the same programs, when guys leave and they go to other programs, you see recruiting follow them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they actually care about young people They want to help young people, and they're in it for the right reasons. Now, what you're saying, making it lazy, I don't think it's making it lazy, but that's a piece of it too. But it's making the ones that aren't really good recruiters get on the same level of real good communicating and relationship developers.
It's hiding
in terms
them.
of coaches.
It's
now
hiding.
the playing field is being even now because it's becoming a transactional business.
You know what? I think that these Ohio States and Texas A&M that's shelling out all, and Oregon that's shelling out all this money, I just don't see it really panning out like they think it is, because from what I'm seeing at Bama, the kids at Bama want to be at Bama. So that is something that's like a cheat code. You want to be there and you want to learn and you want to be the best you could be because it's Bama, not because of the money. And this is why these other programs are shelling out so much money. Because I was looking at Ohio State, it's crazy. They're like just going buying players. Let me get you a house, a car, and everything. Come on to Ohio State. And I think that's what happened to our guy who left, whatever his name is. I forgot about him just that quick because he left.
Now you can't forget Caleb. You can't forget Caleb. He's one.
He
can't forget.
He's a complete baller. He's a complete baller, one of the best I've seen. But you left Bama on some BS. So I'm sorry,
Steve. You know I'm a proud Bama guy, but it's not like he didn't downsize or step down a level. It's even play. He left with the understanding of the reason why he needed to. And when you make decisions like that, he understand. If he stayed at Bama or go to Ohio State or even went to Howard, he's still gonna go in the first round.
You left
but
Bama.
The uncertain part of what he was going through that time, he did the best thing for him. Others fans and alums don't like it, but for him, that was the best move for him.
Smoke, leave it alone because I'm about to get emotional. He left. I'm about to get emotional.
We can always circle back to that. That's definitely something that we could probably dedicate an entire show to.
Guys.
But we got a lot of big things happening. As we've already mentioned, Stephen Smith is in Dallas right now covering SEC Media Days. So let's shift to that. New regime coming in. There's a lot that we want to know. There's questions we need answers. Matter of fact, Coach Saban has some questions about the secondary, which we'll get to a little bit later. So my guys, my brothers on this panel right here, my question is to you: what is the message that Alabama needs to send? I'm not talking about lip service. We've had plenty of that. We've had plenty of that, all that talking. The past season before, and things didn't exactly pan out the way that they were led to be. So let's go around the room a little bit. We'll start with Marvin, and we'll go to Steve, Smoke, and then Simeon. What does Alabama, with Coach DeBoer and the representatives from the team, need to communicate not only to our fans, but to college football and the SEC as a whole?
I would say more than anything that it's a process and understanding that anytime you have a coaching change, there's always going to be, growing pains from that coaching change. So I've said it since the change, don't go into it with high expectations. Let it play out the way it's supposed to play out. Because at the end of the day, if it goes, the way we think it'll go, then we'll all be fine. But the moment you set the bar so high for a new coach coming in, that puts a lot of pressure on those guys to live up to that. And you look at the statement that Coach Saban made when he picked Texas and Georgia to play for the SEC championship. Maybe there was a little bit of rat poison on his part, giving that back to them, telling them, hey, I need y'all to see more from y'all. So I think more than anything, they need to focus on the job ahead of them, focus on their individual play. And if they want to give any message to the fans, is, hey, we just need you to be there to support us through this and allow us to grow and bond as a team. And we will get better as the season goes on.
Steve.
You know what? I agree with Marvin, but I'm gonna take it a bit farther. From what I've seen so far, they look relaxed. They look like a new team. They look like, the pressure is off. We about to go out here and have some fun. And honestly, I believe that yes, the first couple of games, people will be like, oh, that's expected, that's cool, and this and that. But this is what's going to shake up the college football world and send a message, a clear message. When they beat up on Georgia. Everybody's going to be like, oh, wait a minute. Bama's back. Bama's never left. But that I feel like Georgia's going to come in. thinking like, okay, this is a new breed of guys, and we're gonna do this and this and that. And I think Bama's gonna. I'm not gonna say shock the world. I'm expecting them to do it. So I think when they send that message, it's gonna get better and better. And I expect really big things. I expect them to go to the playoffs.
I need them to beat Georgia because I don't want to pay Charles Grant.
Oh my God,
It all comes back to
his personal debts.
Yes. Smoke.
So let me unpack this a little bit. Because what Coach Saban said, I respect, but I would expect a little bit more from him. But now he's on the media side. He's doing what he's doing. Yeah,
has to be objective.
Right. The first thing I'm gonna address is when Kalen DeBoer and Courtney and those guys got in, a good percentage of the Alabama fans said they're not going to recruit as well as Coach Saban and that staff. I'm going to put that say check. They have. Right? They have.
Or better.
But we won't know better until 2 to 3 years from now when those young guys but right now, on paper, in the month of July, they're the #1 recruiting class. Where did Alabama finish up last year?
3, I think. 2 or 3.
So they're doing better.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Coach Saban picking those other teams to finish, and I'm not even going to say their names, to finish or play in the SEC championship. Last time I checked, Bama won the SEC last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this wasn't one of Coach Saban's better teams. They got better as the year went along.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback got better. O-line play got better. Defense got better. So you're returning a lot of those players back with your quarterback. So I wouldn't say they're going to fall off. I would say they're going to adjust. The same adjustment that you went through last year, you're going to go through as well. Now, playing Georgia and losing to Georgia, if that happens, it's fine because you can lose against them. You can lose against them. A game would still be fine.
He won't.
And a little bit of what Coach Saban says, a little bit of hate to me. You guys come in, he's doing as well or better than you did in your first year. You set the table right. You left it perfect for him. Don't know if this was your choice as the head coach, but man, it's hard to go against Bama if I'm a Bama guy. And that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Assuming that leaves you and
look, my first question was going to be, when did we fall off? That's what I was trying. I'm like, I don't even understand. I'm sitting here trying to figure out. I was like, hold up, we just won the SEC. We the reigning SEC champs.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know what else people expect. We not gonna win a natty every year.
Thank you.
Especially this day.
Like, y'all, it's unrealistic expectations. But for people to say, well, this is what I will say. I am very hopeful, and I am just anticipating, just like everybody else, to see how the season plays out. But as far as like us having to prove something, I'm like, in the SEC, we the champions. Everybody, okay, so y'all trying to catch up to us. So
don't tell Coach
we
Saban
necessarily have to prove ourselves. Technically, yeah, you got to prove yourself every season. I understand that, but at the same time, I'm like, how did we fall off? We won the SEC last year. Like, come on, man. I understand, obviously, trying to replace Coach Saban. That's arguably the greatest coach to ever coach. So, yes, you are going to have some questions about the upcoming season. But to me, I'm like looking at what Coach DeBoer has done prior to coming to Alabama and the foundation that has been laid. I'm like, look, man, I might be able to get my 5-year-old Deuce, you know what I'm saying, to call some plays and get us at least, you know what I'm saying, to the SEC. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so, man, to me, again, my expectation is kind of to harp on what Smoke said, is for us to adjust. It's not, I don't feel like it's going to be as big of a hurdle to overcome as it was when Coach Saban first got there. From Coach Shula to Coach Saban, You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, man, I feel like it's gonna be a smooth transition.
Do y'all realize how many diehard Bama fans are on suicide watch because of what Coach Saban said? That he said
they're all texting me.
Oh my God, he didn't say that. I mean, but him saying that it might be Georgia and Texas and not Bama. Do you know? Just think about that for a second.
But that's an honest assessment.
It is.
That's factual. But
we're talking about Bama fans. You know how delusional we are.
Exactly. They're gonna come after him with torches and pitchforks like they do with Greg McElroy.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to be objective, but now he's part of the mainstream media. He has to be objective. I mean, in his heart, he wants to go with his team. Make no mistake about that, but he has to call it down the line.
And there's also ratings. Sometimes they might have him to be the devil's advocate or the devil, and it'll make people mad and make them watch. It's just what it is.
Come on, you know they're gonna use Coach Saban.
Exactly, it's a
For
show.
the brand. Bro, what you mean? If it was my company, I'm gonna use them. Be like, look, Nick, we need you to say X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, that's
hey, we know it might be a little dicey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hey, we about to
can I play devil's advocate for a second?
Hold on, and you know what? Now when the season start, they're gonna have Saban. Y'all watch what I say. Now he gonna come on CBS and say F Bama. The ratings gonna go through the roof.
Hey, Justin, can I make a simple statement?
Sure.
Now Nick Saban's an ultimate competitor. How would it look if year one this guy comes in and he wins a national championship?
I pray he does, because I'm gonna win so much money from all my
friends. It goes back to his addiction.
Oh my God, I know, man.
Full circle.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I mean, maybe I'm delusional. You can call me whatever, but dude, we got a nice squad, man. So I'm not putting anything past those guys.
I wouldn't.
For me, with the message he delivers, you've already talked about it. I'd like for Kalen DeBoer to actually address some of this negative buzz that's going around. Say, you know what? Give me more. Feed me more. Tell me we can't do it. And then when we do it, continue to move that goalpost a little further down the field. You're already doing it. You said I couldn't recruit. Well, I'm recruiting, but now you're saying I'm getting these guys in because of Nick Saban. So continue to do that. Continue to tell us we can't. I think that's a great tool for Bama right now as far as getting to that next level. Continue to be that dominant Bama. For up until now, we've been told all you got to do is show up, guys. You're Bama. You're going to win it all. Now you're being told you don't belong. I like that. I like that chip on your shoulder Bama that no one expects. And then I just would pause for a minute and say, watch us cook, and then walk off.
I need him to cook because I put 500 on them at plus 1,300 to win it all, baby.
But you know what, Justin,
I'm looking for that payday, baby.
But Justin, I appreciate what you're saying, and it makes a lot of sense. I would like that because people have been telling us that we're not going to make it to ESPN, and we're not. But we want people to keep telling us.
hey, DraftKings with that guy over there.
No doubt.
Hey, man, I like to gamble. It's fun, right, okay? It's fun.
Real quick, let's take a break in the action, folks. The football season for Alabama fans never truly ends. What better way to celebrate Bama football than to grab an authentic title towel? Go to whitwellsports.com today. Enter the promo code STANDARD. Get a nice little discount courtesy of your family here at the Bama Standard. You got plenty of time until the season starts. Let's get 100,000 plus running strong with title towels. Go to whitwellsports.com today. Again, use that promo code STANDARD and grab yours today.
Steve Brown mad because he don't have one.
Well, man, Justin, come on, man. What? How did he get one and I don't have one?
You know what? Mine just came in the mail, Steve. I just got to go downstairs and open it up.
What?
New member. Hey, listen. All Justin does is give you lip service at the beginning of the show, and you buy it.
Hey, Smoke, just tell him he don't have an all SEC plaque. He'll be all right. He don't get it.
Actually, what Steve, what Marv's not telling you, he picked his up in the back room at a Diddy party. So.
That's the last one. I'm telling you now.
It's embroidered there on the side from me.
Oh man.
Oh, y'all ain't right.
So Marvin, you dropped it like
we
it was
can't
hot.
be. If we weren't right, we'd be like everybody else, right?
So Marvin, you dropped it like it was hot for that time.
Welcome to the Bama Standard, Simeon.
Hey, I appreciate it, bro.
Hey man, Simeon, the only way you could be official is you got to hit Marvin with something. You got to hit him with something.
Simeon, don't take the bait. Don't listen. Don't let them drag you into no nonsense. All right?
Well, something we do need to be drug into is something we addressed earlier. Coach Saban's comments are reasons for not picking Alabama to go to the SEC championship. His biggest question mark is with the secondary. So let's talk about the secondary. And we got two fine representations of the secondary, B-Sci-Fi secondary. So I feel like we've got more than enough credentials on this panel to address this. The question is, can this Bama secondary truly deliver? We'll start out with the DBs. Let's start out with Smoke, then move it over to Simeon, then down to Marvin and Steve, and then I'll add my little 2 cents.
The issue with the secondary is always going to be, can you apply pressure up front? And that's one of my biggest issues with this team. And like I said, they have guys that physically can get it done. But by potential means you haven't done anything. They have names, they have body types, they got the physical traits, but we just haven't seen them do it. So the back end and the front end, the front end and the back end got to tie in together. So I think they are solid secondary by skill set and by veteran presence returning. But until I see what they're going to do in the full gamut of their pressure package, then I can give you the answer. But talent-wise, to get off the fence, I say yes, they have the talent. Putting it together is going to be a process along the way because a lot of those guys haven't played together. New secondary calls, way they're playing their defense. They got to get adjusted to how they're going to match up. They're not playing the same defense. Communication. So it's going to take them about 3 or 4 games to get in sync and get in the rhythm with each other. And then I will say that's where the Malachi Moore's veteran presence and leadership will start taking over.
Simeon, I'm sensing some frustration from you right now.
No, I was just
taking all your answers.
Hey, that's really what it comes down to, though. You already know, like, bro, when you on that back end, dog. I mean, I just know the front 7. Those are the guys that I was, trying to take care of. The D line, bro, you got to make them your homeboys. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's so important to your success. I mean, if they can't apply no pressure to the quarterback, I mean, bro, it's your hands are tied almost. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it really is. And when you think about, I mean, just the communication aspect, them running a new defense, new terminology, all of that stuff, them trying to gel together, man. I mean, it's gonna be a challenge. I can remember when Coach Saban first came in, trying to learn his system from having Coach Kynes my first 3 years to Coach Saban, man, and just being able to comprehend. Now, Coach Saban, bro, I used to be so frustrated with Coach Saban sometimes because I was like, look, man, we are steady installing new defenses at a rate faster than what these guys are picking up. I actually studied my playbook and I'm having a hard time, you know what I'm saying, picking everything up. Some of these knuckleheads that ain't studying. I'm like, so, it's going to be, the coaching staff is going to have to do a good job too of getting a feel for how well the guys are picking up on everything, how well everybody's gelling together, and then the leadership in from some of those veteran guys is going to be, obviously play a huge part. But I hope from the standpoint of the coaches that they aren't, I guess, for lack of a better term, just egotistical, saying, hey, we installing, I don't care if you're picking it up or not. Hey, we just moving forward and allowing the guys to actually pick up and understand the nuances of the defense. And so, yeah, man, I mean, the communication is going to be a huge piece. That front seven, boy, hey, we need them. We need them getting home.
I'm going to tell you where my concerns come from. Running this 4-2-5 defense with these two backs and these 5 DBs. When you start talking about run fits, who's in the box, you talk about switching off on receivers, 2-3, tight end, these running backs. That killed us against Michigan. Backs running wide open in the flat. Now we're installing a new defense with younger kids. That's what scares me more than anything. What is the communication going to be like in terms of the run fits and how you're passing off receivers, as well as not letting people get behind you because you assume that you got safety help when you don't.
Hey, Marvin, Simeon and I both played nickel. So stop offending that you're
I ain't offending nobody. I'm talking about the entire secondary.
Oh, let me talk, buddy. We are playing the run.
Get right, tighten up.
Okay. I know that you are a student of the game. As much as you think that Nick Saban's defense was 3-4 with 2 inside, they were 80% nickel defense, 4-2-5.
But what I'm saying is, with the younger secondary, though, the run fits and everything. That's all I'm saying is the younger personnel having to do that.
Yeah, let me finish talking. Let me finish educating you, my older brother. The run fits aren't going to change that much.
Tell his ass.
Okay. You guys get the run. Listen, man. A, B, C, D fit the alley. How you want to fit it? You want to spill it or send it straight down the middle? Which way you want to do it?
But just like I know, when you get motion and window dressing, if you got a young kid out there who's not processing the information fast enough, it plays a role in how he reads and reacts to it.
Hey, Simeon, can you jump in and let Marvin know that there are more busts in Nick Saban's defense than any defense in the SEC?
I ain't talking about Nick. I'm talking about what we got right now, though.
Period.
You're
going to have less busts now than then. Go ahead.
I was just about to say, bro, a lot of that has to do with the complication of the defense. One of the things that I used to try to talk to coach about was like, dog, we don't have to have a check for every freaking motion. Like, we need to, some of the stuff we can simplify. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm telling you, I honestly think it might be a little bit easier.
Thank you.
I mean, just like Smoke was saying, it's like, because
I hear what you're saying, both. But as a former middle linebacker and having to be the one making all the calls and adjustments and hearing so many people say, well, I didn't know what to do because he did this, this, and this. And I just know how a lot of people get confused in the heat of the moment when they get this window dressing. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so let me ask a question. So, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. So I know the middle linebacker make the defensive call, but do the secondary get to make their own calls depending on the coverage?
Yeah. Hey, don't listen to Marvin. Go ahead, Justin. Don't listen to Marvin. Marvin's making stuff up. Go ahead, Justin.
I ain't making up nothing because if we switch it from a cover 3 to a cover 2 or cover 1, everybody got to be on the same page.
And Marvin, you know I played with you on defense.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, when you're making those adjustments and you get that motion, if that coverage is supposed to go from a zone to a man or whatever you got in the call, I'm just saying with younger players, at times it can get confusing fast.
Marvin, we're both young players together. I think you're just trying to point the finger whenever you used to screw up on us. But don't worry about
it. Justin?
No, I was going to add that there is a lot of talent all around. But I'm looking at guys like Damani Jackson, Keon Sabb, King Mack, guys who are talented as hell. Some of them have the big game experience, but they don't have SEC experience. They don't have Bama experience, the reps to go with that. I think a lot's going to be asked of Malachi Moore this season. Now, I kind of question as to why he came back, because last year he's finally healthy. He's able to be his true self, and he's able to excel. And that's because he's got some veteran dudes around him that allow him to be free and not have to constantly think or overthink. Now, I hate to use this term. I asked the question, how much babysitting is he going to have to do with these young, inexperienced guys? How much mistakes will he have to account for until he can finally take those training wheels off?
Can I start?
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Smoke.
well, a part of being a leader and a veteran, that's some of the responsibility that you just take on your shoulders. And it's your job to help the guys that haven't played in SEC games or understand what the Bama Standard is to get them up to speed. So, irregardless of how much pressure's on him, that's why he's a leader. That's why he's one of the captains, or going to be one of the captains. So those are the responsibilities like Simeon took on himself, Marvin took on himself. And that's the pride that you have within yourself of saying, I know that I can get my job done, but if I can't help you guys get your job done, I'm not going to look as good, and we're not going to have as much success.
All right.
I don't know if you have anything to touch on that, Simeon. You being a 4-year star yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, like, I mean, that was never my thought process, especially after my my junior year going into my senior year. I mean, I can remember, Kareem Jackson was, it was his first year, and so I took him under my wing, and just having to learn an entire new defense. Me running, playing nickel, playing corner, all of those different things that Malachi is doing. I mean, it was never one of those things like where I'm thinking about, man, I got to do this for this guy and this for that. Nah, man, that's just part of it. That's why Malachi is in the position that he's in, because he's been able to do it so well. So I don't necessarily think that there's any added pressure. Because just like what Smoke said, when you're a leader, man, one of the things that you're going to do is elevate everyone's game around you, and I feel like he's going to be able to do that.
See, that's why I asked the question, because I think we as fans, they think along the lines of what I just said. I wanted you to give me that answer to show fans exactly what you see from your perspective, to kind of remove that thought process.
That, and you got to put the smartest players on the field in certain positions.
You're right. I agree with you, Marvin. That's about the first thing you said that I agree with.
Steve, we hadn't heard from you, brother. Care to win? And we've talked about Malachi Moore. That's your guy. And that's another reason I wanted to ask this question about Malachi, just to let you give your 2 cents about it.
I think Malachi's going to do a great job. And it goes back to what everybody said. It goes back pretty much to the pressure of the D-line. D-line got to get to the ball. And they got to give the DBs a chance to cover and do their job. But it all starts up front, and hopefully the guys will be ready. And another thing, I feel like even though some of these guys will be new to SEC play, they're still vets. So they should have learned something coming from where they came from, and then working with somebody like Malachi Moore and the others, I think they'll be ready for the challenge, because think about it. It's Bama against everybody now. So they have a chance. They have a point to prove, and I really believe that all of them are going to get locked in to prove that point. Go ahead, Mark.
The one thing I can say is, with the 7-on-7 experience that these kids have gone through, they should be prepared for this. As much 7-on-7 as they've been doing for the last 4 years of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I agree with you.
I can't stand 7-on-7.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Man, I don't want to hear that. Man, I done seen so many dudes that's just cold out there in 7-on-7, boy.
Ain't gonna bust a grape when they get the football.
You know what?
Well, hey, that's what I mean. Like, bro, I don't want to hear all that, man. You talking all that noise, you all cold out because can't nobody put no hands on you, dog.
Right.
You know what? That's crazy. That is.
I'm saying in terms of learning schemes.
Yeah, no, I know what
that's
you
cool.
mean.
That's cool. But I've seen that too, where I was like, man, this team is about to do it. They're killing everybody on 7-on-7. And then when they put those pads on, everybody just stopped running routes. Like, what happened? What happened?
Simeon, I agree with you, what you're saying, but I'm gonna speak out both sides of my mouth. What you're saying in terms of players not understanding the physical play and doing some things that like receivers cutting back against the grain on 7-on-7. Once the pads come on, they ain't gonna do that. Yeah. But in terms of development of these young players, they are way ahead of us. They're so much more advanced in coverages, technique, and just overall play. If you and I had the opportunity to play as many games as these guys play 7-on-7, when we would have got to Bama as sophomores, when you come from Broward Christian, I'm coming from Paint Branch High School, you would have been, as freshmen, you would have been probably a junior by how many reps you've taken. But it also takes out the physical play away from you because everything is no touch. Guys coming across the field, guys going up, catching balls, knowing that if you were playing tackle football, they get split. So those courage plays ain't there no more.
Yeah. Trying to cross a linebacker's face and all that.
Yes. Knowing that Marvin is going to hold and push you anyway. Okay, can I say something real quick?
No, Marvin can be like, come on back. Come on.
No. Let me tell you what Marvin's technique is. Guys never wanted to run crosser. Whenever I played Marvin, we played 10 middle, and Marvin was my linebacker. So 10 middle is defense where it's man-to-man coverage, and the Mike linebacker, depending on where the running back goes, is going to be the rat player. Am I explaining that right, Marvin?
Pretty much.
Yes. So now, whoa.
Yes.
Okay, good. So now,
Marvin hating, man.
so whenever Marvin was the rat player, the whole rat player, the low player, I love when receivers should run crossers because it's one thing Marvin's going to knock the crap out of you coming across the middle, and I know I can free up and get a pick. So if Marvin was my rat player, I was happy. When he was a man-to-man player, he beat. So everybody catch the ball.
Didn't happen, sir.
I'm messing with you. Go ahead.
Simeon, I want to ask you a question. You could definitely identify to this. We may be asking a lot of some young guys. Red Morgan, name that keeps popping up, way ahead of the curve. Jalen Milroe, another guy that's super talented that may step onto the field. You're a guy who came in right away. You know, we've seen it with you. We've seen it with Minkah Fitzpatrick. What does it take for that freshman to all of a sudden switch to veteran in terms of his mindset and everything click right away? And then part B, what advice would you give those two or perhaps other freshmen who may be called upon very early?
I would say first, I really got to give a lot of credit to my father because he had a lot to do with me. First, my mindset and my attitude and my work ethic. That first and foremost laid a good foundation for me to be able to come in as a freshman and number one, work hard and understand that, man, don't nobody owe you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like all these reps that you getting out here, you better make something happen. Like my pops always used to tell me, hey, you need to make enough plays to where they can't play you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you need to get out there and do. You need to get out there and make some plays. And then just from an attitude standpoint of the preparation and to me, just taking it serious. Like, man, I'm like, I ain't want a red shirt. My whole attitude was, y'all gave me a scholarship. I'm trying to come here and start. I don't care how many seniors or juniors or upper class. I don't care. Like y'all gave me a scholarship for a reason. I'm trying to prove you right and that you made the right decision in giving me a scholarship. So I think but I also did take the advice, like, you know, from Pep, Roman, all these guys, and man, like I was on them guys about, hey man, you know, help me. You know what I'm saying? Because shoot, bro, trying to get out there and cover pro throw for the first time, I was like, ooh, Lord. Ooh. Hey, for real, you know what I'm saying? Hey, for real, that was like my wake up, like, oh shoot.
Hey, Simeon.
Yeah. Hey, we got to get busy.
Simeon,
yeah.
Your dad told me about them late night and early morning runs he used to make y'all go on as kids.
Yeah, let's go ahead and march over to the next section of our show.
Hey,
because we heard these
really
stories.
Part of it. But for real, dog, it's like, man, look, y'all gonna die before I quit. You know what I'm saying? So that again, bro, that was one of the ones. I'm like, no, if I didn't survive Jeremiah Castille, it ain't nothing y'all can do to me.
Surviving Jeremiah. He already got two actors, Simeon and his other brother. So y'all can do a surviving Jeremiah. Go ahead. On Tubi.
Yeah, for
real. when Pops used to come out there and work with us,
bro,
he was out there. You know how once he get down, he sweep that daggone grass.
I was just about to say, but hey, you better touch something down there.
So you know we low.
Oh,
And
man.
he used to come out there and do one-on-ones with us in 99, 02, 01, and was getting it down. Y'all see what Daryl Green doing?
Hey,
Coach Castille was getting it in.
Hold on, Smoke. But Smoke, if he ain't like his own kids, what you think he gonna do with y'all?
Man, bro, he used to have us backpedaling like almost 200, no, like 900 yards.
Literally, dog.
Literally.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, he ain't like y'all.
Hey.
No, he loved us.
Hey,
Yeah. He said he ain't like y'all. I tried to keep him.
He ain't like y'all. He knew dark skin was trying to come back in style. So he was like, no, I'm gonna keep y'all black.
Listen, guys, let me interrupt real quick before we get to our final segment. We got a few super chats to get to. First, Davis Lewis Love, $5. Thank you, brother. Saban knows picking Bama to win the SEC would be all the headlines and put unnecessary pressure on DeBoer. He's motivating them from the sideline. Yeah, a little psychology.
Mm-hmm.
Don Parker, $5. Man, thank you, brother. Don't blame Coach Saban for saying what he said. A pass rush and the interior of the D-line stepping up will help the secondary if we get it. And then we got another one from Don Parker, twice in one night. Thank you, sir. And to add what Coach Saban said, Bama has to earn it on the field, not in the media. Please, no more gonna do speeches.
I like that.
I guess.
Now let's go to the lighter side of things, a new segment that we've been developing through the weeks called the Crimson Locker Room, where it allows the B-Sci-Fi guys to share some entertaining or funny stories from their time at Bama. So who wants to go first? Entertain our crowd. They love these stories, by the way. So
I'll jump off the top row first and try to hit Mark with the elbow. So Todd Bates and Mark Anderson were roommates. I want to say that was my senior year, and they loved playing, and I wasn't one to be played with. So I remember one of them days we were at Rose Towers, and they were throwing water balloons, and they were having a water balloon fight. Them, Brandon, Brooks, all them young guys. And I told them, I said, bro, if one of these daggone water balloons hit me, I'm gonna jump on y'all. Well, one of them water balloons splashed me. Boom. I said, you know what? Not going to do anything. So, got in my car, drove to Walmart, bought a bag of water balloons, filled up 2 buckets, went up to their rooms, put all those water balloons in each of their beds, popped them, one by one, had their whole mattress wet for the entire month. Walked away, didn't do nothing again. That taught them, don't hit me with a water balloon. I ain't one to be messed with. That's my Bama story there. And those guys get on me to this day. I apologize. I don't think they knew that I did it, but hey, it was me.
Oh wow. So nobody want to talk about them wild nights at the Citizens Club.
Man, bro.
Y'all don't want to talk about none of that.
Man,
y'all don't want to talk about
what
that.
happens at the Citizen Club stays at the Citizen Club. You know the mantra.
The moon winks, none of that. No,
but I always woke up early. I was never a late guy. I was always on time. So during camp, I like to kind of mess with the guys who like to sleep in. So where we stayed in the Highlands, you had the door, and then you would have a utility closet. So I would take a rope and tie a handle to the door handle, and I would tie the other end of the rope to the utility closet. So them guys who like to sleep in, when they're trying to open their doors to get out, they couldn't get out their apartment. So you sit out there, boy, you see people climbing out their windows, trying to get in their cars.
Marvin, wait. Start that story over again.
I will not.
You used to like the what now?
You got the gist of it. I ain't playing with you.
Hey, Moose.
Hey, Marvin, what you doing?
Hey, Moose. Hey, did you tell the story about that time that we had when we got the fishing wire and tied it all around the Highlands?
No. I wasn't gonna tell that story.
No, we've already brought it up. You can't do that, man.
Smoke, we're gonna leave that one in the closet.
Hello, man.
That one.
So hold up. So are the statute of limitations that's over? Because somebody's gonna go to jail. Go ahead.
We went a little too far with that one, so I was gonna leave that one in the closet.
Simeon, you got anything?
Yeah, he got some. You better hope your dad ain't listening. But go ahead.
Him and the wild boy.
Ooh, boy, hey, I'm trying to think, man. One time, bro. Oh my goodness, I was working. We was in the weight room, and man, I ain't gonna get no names, but we had the bowls of chalk in there, in the weight room, and man, so one of the dudes on the team had said something about this chick I was messing with. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, that junk had me hot. So I'm in the weight room, waiting. We lifting, the defense lifting, offense about to come in, and so, man, as soon as I saw who I was waiting for, walking on the sidewalk, I grabbed me a handful of chalk. I go sit in my locker, just like this. I'm waiting for him to come around the corner. Bro, as soon as I saw him come around, I stand up, I crow hop. Oh, bro. You know how LeBron be doing it? Yeah, bro. Right there, bro. You know how LeBron be doing it? But that's all it was, dog.
Hey, you know when you get home, your dad gonna be like, what you said wasn't Christ-like.
He's gonna have with his belt.
I already repented, bro.
Okay.
He can beat his house.
Got the wild child. Every family got the wild child.
That's him. Black sheep.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm still living.
Steve, he's gonna beat his house like Joe Jackson.
He's gonna be like Joe Jackson.
With the palm print on his face.
Hey, bro, I ain't lying, but I hopped on him. The whole D line pulled me up off of old buddy. But yeah, that was
no name needs to be mentioned.
So I remember that time I was in jail and no man, go ahead with the show. Go ahead. Don't worry.
Man, Coach Saban, well, I got arrested my senior year.
What?
Oh yeah.
Simeon
the one. He the one.
I ain't even do nothing to get, bro. I ain't even earn that.
Hey man, as many times as I went to jail, that's all I hear. I ain't do nothing. Go ahead.
No, for real. That's like I'm like, bro, I ain't even do nothing this time. Out of all the times I could have got arrested, this is really the time where I'm like, bro, y'all on some BS, man, for real.
Yeah, bailiff, get him out of here.
Hey, ain't no front though.
Guilty.
Coach Saban. After I had to meet Coach Saban in his office, told him what happened. He was like, he looking me right in my eyes. He like, are you telling the truth, Castille? I'm like, yeah, Coach, I'm not lying to you. You can ask Rashad, Antoine Caldwell, all these guys who was with me. He was like, all right, bro. He called the police chief, but he cussed them out so bad, dog. And that right there, that instance right there let me know that he was down for us.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So what you go to jail for? Because I went for, credit card fraud, all that type stuff.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding.
I'm like, this is disorderly conduct. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but no, disorderly how? What'd you do?
That's what I'm saying. I ain't do nothing. I ain't even fight nobody.
Bam, get him out of here.
Bro, I ain't even fight nobody. They handcuffed me, arrested me because they said I was being too loud and they thought I was about to fight.
Oh, so you were doing the Marvin thing, always about to fight.
Steve, I'm put my hand up. No.
Marvin was fighting.
Yeah, man.
Marvin used to fight.
Marvin, get it down. I'll let you say a lot about him now, but I ain't gonna let you lie on him.
Yeah. But did he win?
Ooh, hey.
Yeah. Marvin got him. Yeah. Marvin got him.
Why you sitting back like
That's a part of my life I put behind me.
I'm still not gonna buy your damn book.
Oh man.
Simeon, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Best battle in practice: DJ Hall, Tyrone Prothrow, or Keith Brown?
Ooh.
Pro.
Little can't get hands on him.
Pro, dog. I'm trying to tell y'all. I tell people to this day, I'm like, Pro Throw is one of the best football players I ever played with, against, just period. Like, still to this day, though, when I be thinking about what happened to him, it make me mad. Because I'm like, man, I wanted to see like what he would have done. You know what I'm saying? If he had never got
Right.
Damn Mike Schuler.
The last time I seen Pro, I told him we can get in the car and ride. I got the address. We can go handle it. Hey, we both got beef with
Hey,
we
for
can
real,
take care
man.
of
Hey,
it.
let me get my mask too. I'm a ride too.
Okay.
Mike Schuler,
Golly,
man.
boy.
That's what happened when you have somebody get a job that's not equipped or even.
You know what?
You gotta
Hold
be
on,
ready
Smoke.
for it.
I'm not even gonna blame Coach Schuler. I'm gonna blame the university for having that crack ass doctor on staff for as long as they did. That's what I'm gonna blame. They knew that dude was a butcher.
Bro.
Who you talking about, Les?
Yes.
You know
But
what?
to answer
That's-
your question, it is Pro. I mean, no
Okay.
disrespect.
I don't
to,
think
you
anybody
know,
would disagree there.
Yeah, to Bone or Keith. But that boy Pro was.
You know, Simeon, you know what? I didn't know that. I met DJ the first time, like in person, a few weeks ago. Like, what was it, a month ago, Marvin, when we had that camp?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was that daggone big, man.
Yeah, bro.
DJ every bit of
That boy
6'3".
DJ 6'3". Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you all this. Okay, those are some of the smaller receivers. You talking about Pro Throw, David Palmer, and Jalen Waddle. Who you got between those three? I got the Deuce.
No way, Jalen Waddle. Period.
Y'all got me wanting to call AC and Pro to make that ride. Y'all done got me stirred up now.
I gotta give it to David Palmer, dog.
Listen, Steve, you want me to rank them out for you? You want me to rank? So I'm gonna go Jalen Waddle. Can we throw Antonio Carter in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said AC.
Okay.
AC.
Deuce has the best hands out of all of them. I
Who?
have not seen
AC Carter.
My brother drop a football to this day.
And if you want to know what he's talking about, you go back and look at the 1999 game we played against Florida in the swamp when Zai was trying to throw that ball away in the end zone. He went up and got it.
Okay,
Damn.
but the thing is, man, David Palmer did everything.
Y'all,
He when he was playing. Well, I'm just going back to high school. When I say he was doing everything, man. I mean, and the brother was he was cold, dog.
Steve, I'm gonna tell you two athletes that I hope, I wish they never got injured, just so Bama fans could really see them work. Antonio Carter, and Pro Throw.
Yeah.
Those two young guys don't get hurt.
It's
They're gonna put some going.
high hopes.
And one thing that I, wish that I could have seen is like those guys in a modern, more modern day offense. Because I'm like, bro, Pro,
It'd be ugly.
even the guys that we had when I was there, like, Keith, DJ, Pro Throw, all them guys, but they would have ate.
You got to go Freddie Millins too. Freddie Millins.
God.
Yeah.
Shame.
The best
Trianus
feed,
Luke.
the best feed I've ever seen on a guy. The only other guy that's comparable is Chad Ochocinco.
Ochocinco. I knew you was about to say that.
I covered them both, bro.
Steve Brown.
Absolutely.
You got two left feet, man.
Wait, hold on. Who he
Steve
said?
Brown.
Talking about himself.
Yeah.
Steve Brown.
Who?
Brown.
Two left feet.
Hey, man, you're naming everybody else. I can name me.
He pulled a hamstring
All right.
coming out the tunnel.
Real quick, Simeon, we asked this of all former players. We even asked the current players. This is kind of a serious question, making me fun too. Best ribs. We got Dreamland and we got Archibald's. Who you going with?
Dreamland.
All day. Dreamland back in the day was
Yeah,
the
bro. You
standard.
couldn't. Yeah, dog.
Yeah,
Now we got Full Moon.
I don't go to Full Moon for no rib, but
Yeah, I don't go up here.
ain't no. Yeah,
I've shown the moon. Let me show y'all the two tricks.
Here you go.
Well, as Steve sits back down, let's begin to wind things down. Next week, guys, the Bama Standard is about bringing the best in terms of guest and content. And next week, we got not one, but we got two guests. We got former Alabama linebacker, two-time national champion. He's also a music producer, very successful, Adrian Hubbard. And with him, we're going to have recently committed 4-star defensive lineman London Simmons. He's going to stop by. We'll give him a little bit of advice and guidance and help direct his path to Tuscaloosa. Also, I'll remind everybody, this channel doesn't stop once we go off. Tune in to the final whistle, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And then tomorrow night, we got the Crimson Dynasty with Cece Payne, Hannah Stevens, and Dan James. After that, 8:15 p.m., we got Teague's Take with George Teague and his son, JT. And then to round out the week, we got Saturday nights Talking Bama with Josh JT Tucker and Justin JB Baines. Stay tuned to the Bama Standard Network. We've got the best content, period. All right, folks, let's start to close up shop. The way we like to do it here is go around the room, let everybody pop what they got, and we'll let Simeon, our guest, go last. We'll start out with Marvin, the move to Steve Brown, Smoke, and then Simeon.
So, yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Constant45, Twitter, Constant451. This weekend, Thursday night, I'll be down at Kevin Jackson's ALS fundraiser in Dothan, so you can pull up on me. Jason talked about it earlier in the comments, baby. I'll be in Dothan this weekend, Thursday and Friday, man, so I'll see y'all there.
So you ain't invite us, Marvin?
I ain't get the invite.
We ain't get the invite, Marvin?
Hey, you 5-finger discount, Steve. They ain't inviting you no one.
Damn.
You in the pro shop stealing gloves.
Follow me on Instagram, Comic Steve Brown, my fan page, Comedian Steve Brown fan page. Also, Birmingham, hear me well. I'll be at the Comedy Club Stardome August 2nd through the 4th. Shows are already selling out, so y'all make sure y'all come and holler at me. All right, so yeah, that's what it is.
Hey, Steve, I'm pulling up.
Pull up, man.
I'm pulling up. Me and the wife coming through, bro.
Pull up, man. Pull up. I got you.
Put me in the center. Don't do me what you like you did in the daggone where we had you at that time.
Don't bring that up. Don't bring that up.
He clowned me so bad, man.
I got you, bro. I got you. I got you, man. I got you.
Oh,
pull up, man. Pull up. I got you.
Oh, for sure. I'll be there.
And then after I get done, I'm gonna go to the sports complex and work out. Yeah.
That's a whole another thing. That man don't got all that insurance to cover you, man.
Man.
Hey, we got a good policy, you know what I'm saying? we got a good policy. Come through, Steve.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
He's gonna show up in some tighty whities and Stacey Adams. Don't let that
man. Shut up, man.
Smoke.
Yeah, you can find me on X and on Instagram at Coach GV Dixon, and on Wednesdays and Fridays at 4 p.m. on the 247 Sports YouTube channel. You catch me and my man, Coach Carl, Unfiltered. Come check us out. The best sports show, period.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Simeon, that leaves you. Long time coming. You finally made it. And we are so grateful to have you on here for this hour and 20 plus minutes, brother. It's been an absolute blessing. You're definitely one of the greatest to ever do it. So we are definitely glad to have you with us. Tell people again about what you got, your business, how they can be a part of it, how they can find you on all social media.
Yeah, social media, man. I'm on Instagram, my personal page at Simeon Castille. My gym has its own page at Castille Academy. But we really would love for anybody and everyone that is looking to elevate their athletic game to come and check us out. They can find the schedule on the website, www.stilleacademy.com. And again, moms, dads, kids, it doesn't matter, man. We got a place for everyone. And we also get a lot of families here too. And that's one thing that I like. I wanted this place to be a facility that families felt welcome. One of the things that I loved about my childhood, and Smoke touched on it, is, man, working out with my dad. It's one of the things that just made me respect him as a man. He was one of those guys that didn't just bark orders at me. He was right there with me doing the hard work. So we wanted to create an environment where parents could lead their children in that way, helping them understand that their health is important. And so that's what we all about, man, just helping people be the best version of themselves.
So if I come, I ain't gonna work out with your dad,
Oh no! I'm gonna make sure you can come on the day he ain't gonna be in here.
All right, because I'll pray with him.
Yeah,
I'll pray with him. I need that. I pray with him, but he ain't been a backslide on me.
Yeah, hey, we'll set up Bible study too for you. You know what I'm saying? So we'll set up the workout and some word, both of them.
And if I don't make the workout, y'all also set up a funeral. I'll let
Guys, thank y'all so much for everything tonight. Thank you for going in overtime with us. Thank you to everybody in the live chat, and thank you for the super chats for those who gave. That is definitely a blessing and will be used greatly. So until next week, those two words that everybody in the nation will always hear: roll tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Appreciate